Do you sometimes worry, when you want to take the next step, you want to make a next move, you want to change certain habits, or you want to just get to a better version of yourself? And you feel that you get started and then you stop and you get started and it's not working out. And you feel that you've committed to it, you're disciplined, you're making the things that the moves you need to make happen. And you just feel that you're still dropping. I'll tell you this. The thing that causes most of what it is that you do is showing up in a place of identity, how you identify yourself. The way you identify yourself is the way you show up. What I'm going to be sharing with you today is what the identity loop looks like. How does it fit into your narrative? You get started with something, you don't finish it. You get started with something, you fall off the rails. You get started with something and you feel that, life happens and then you get to stop and then start again. Once you understand how this works, it changes everything. Just hang on with me for a few more minutes. My name is Yinka, an identity first performance strategist. And what I do is I help people begin to have a different perspective about how they see themselves, which is called identity. I help you to see that whatever it is that you want to do, you need to connect back to who you see yourself as. And if that's not working out for you, let's change it. And that's what we're going to be doing today. All right, so let's look at this. The identity loop. What does this mean? And before we go ahead, I would need you to just press that subscribe button, like it, share with people that you feel will need this right now. I'd really appreciate it because it will help this channel and it will help me to continue to bring even more of this great insights and help you to be able to take action that turns into progress and your transformation is on the way. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So let's look at this, the identity loop. What does this mean in relation to thoughts, feelings, actions, identity, and reality? There's a school of thought that says you get what you focus on. And where intention goes, attention follows. So let's look at thought in terms of focus, right? What you focus on. And you can focus on an event, you can focus on an experience, you can focus on something negative, positive, whatever that is, your focus will go there. That's what we're talking about, thoughts. So when you focus on certain things, you generate certain emotions and feelings alongside it. Where does this come up? It comes from meaning. The meaning you give to anything becomes that meaning to you. So when you're focusing on certain things, it's not in isolation. You give certain meanings to those things, and therefore the feelings will show up from there. Now, those feelings drives you to make decisions, and those decisions will get you to take actions. The actions you take will be coming from a place of identity. Of course, the reality is what shows up, the output. What does this mean? You want to change something, okay? I want to become, someone that wakes up and does my workout. I want to be someone that is healthy. I want to be someone that, give thoughts to, my family, my relationship, right? And the first thing that comes into your mind is, what do I need to do? So you're operating from a place of action and thought. If I think this way, I think I'll change. If I do these things, I think I will change. That's what you think. However, whatever you are thinking about right now, which involves action and thought, and whatever medium you want to use to make this change, well, yes, you can get started, right? Because you have that passion, you have that commitment, you have that discipline, and yes, you can make that happen. But what happens 2 weeks later when life happens and things don't work out the way you want them to work? Or you wake up one day and you're tired, and you wake up one day and you just feel that this is boring, right? Identity. So the identity you are operating from is still the old identity, although you're trying to install some new actions and some new thoughts and some new habits, but they are still running. What is still running your system is this identity. And for you to be able to change things, you have to change the identity. High performers change the identity first, and that's why they operate at the level they operate. You want to operate at that level? Let's change this identity because you can never outperform your self image, the way you see yourself. And I'll share this with you. The greatest force in all of human personality, right, as someone says, is the need to stay consistent with how you define yourself. The question is, how do you define yourself? How do you show up? Because the way you show up is the way you think. The way you think is the meaning that you give to things. The meaning that you give to things will generate those emotions. And you can see that that loop continues. This is what we call identity-based behavior. So you operate from a place of identity, not from a place of action and thought. So if you're looking at it this way and you want to take that next action, think about it. Whenever you want to make any big decision, you want to make any new commitment or something, think about this. Pause first and ask yourself, the person that I am becoming, the version of the person I'm becoming, where am I building that from? Where is that coming from? This person I'm building, where's that version showing up from? And the beginning of your change will start from making the right decisions. This is where we begin to see that things work out in a different way. Now, you sometimes feel that you're drawn back in and you feel that this is not working out and you feel that it's willpower. It's not willpower. It's called identity alignment. Your identity is not aligned with the person or the version that you are becoming. So, first of all, see yourself as that version that you're becoming. And then, whatever things that you're going to be running will be coming in terms of the thoughts, the feelings from the person that you're becoming. And therefore, if you're taking any action, it's coming from that person. So, if you can see the loop, right? But you feel that you keep getting dragged back inside, it's not about willpower. No, it's your identity is not really aligned with that person that you're becoming, the version that you're becoming. And inside Yinka Active, we break this reactive cycle and then we build the loop around the identity of the version that you want to show up. This is how this is done, not by action, not by thought, but by realigning with that identity. So we want to define that version, and then we want to now say what kind of action or thought or movement, whatever thing that version will show up as, is what we now want to upload and program. Therefore, you can now get into the behavior or the habit that you have, that you want. This is how we set this thing up. That yes, you can take one action today and then move with it, and then another action. It changes everything. So this is your time. This is what you can do. You can join that school community. It's called Energized, and we can get this journey started. Today, you can make that happen. If you have not hit subscribe yet, let's make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Let's support this. Put a thumbs up. Share with people that need to hear about this identity loop. Because for things to change, you need to set up your identity first and make sure that this is identity proof, that whatever actions you need to take is going to be coming up from this.